to clinical psychologist Dr. Alan Lipman, who's in Washington right now. Look, you got to feel, Alan, for these families right now. What's that like when you're going to the airport, you're expecting to pick up your loved ones, and instead you go see an official? They probably are herding them into a room to give them some horrible news.
Well, yes. Look, first of all, we mourn the loss of these 49 lives on Flight 5191. And all of us should take a moment to think about the loss of these lives, so unexpected, to hundreds who were expecting to meet them in places all over the world. One can only imagine the numbness, the disorientation, the shock, the disbelief with which these people in that room and elsewhere are greeting this news. Just think of the person who you love the most. And imagine that on this bright Sunday morning you discovered this news. That is what these people are going through and will be going through in the days and weeks and months and years ahead. And we need to keep that in mind as to the people so close around them.
I tried to log on to Conair earlier and just check on Flight 5191, and it sends you automatically to a phone number to call. They've given out this phone number for friends and family at this point. It's 1-800-801-0088. Earlier, one of my producers called that number and was on hold for 15 minutes before someone picked up. What does that 15 minutes do?
Well, that 15 minutes is a lifetime. You know, there's something that many in your audience may have heard of or may not have heard of. It's called post-traumatic stress disorder. And let's get away from the jargony sound of that. What these people are going through during those 15 minutes, Contessa, is a trauma in which they're wondering impossible questions. Is it someone whom I love? What can I do? What will happen next? Now, of course, no one expected this to happen this morning, and I'm sure that people are trying to do their best at the airlines. But nevertheless, that 15 minutes is no doubt a lifetime for those individuals.
There's one other question I want to ask you. In this case, there is a survivor. Of the 50 people on board, the first officer, Jim Polhinky, survived. He's in critical condition at this point. But tell us what is next in store for him psychologically in the days and weeks and months ahead.
Well, you know, there's something that is known as survivor guilt, Contessa. And even people, if anyone had survived this crash other than him, people would be prone to feel it even if they hadn't been a member of the flight crew. But imagine being the only survivor of the death of an entire plane full of people and being the only one who survived. There is no question that he will be dealing with anxiety, probably with post-traumatic stress, and likely with other serious depressive issues in the days ahead. And he will need the support of family, friends, and mental health professionals to help to guide him through that period of trauma and crisis.
All right, Alan, thank you very much. We know that there are chaplains at the airport now to help out these families, and we can all just tell them that our thoughts and prayers are with them.
They are.
Conair's parent company, Delta, has set up a hotline for family and friends to get information about their loved ones. That number, once again, 800-801-00.